Hi, Marie Leslie here with Marie Leslie Media with a quick Photoshop tutorial for you. I'm going to show you how to make a brush from your logo. Once you know how to do this for your logo, you can do it with anything else you use in Photoshop. A logo brush is very handy for watermarking pictures and graphics and for adding your logo quickly to any projects that you might be working on. Go with Photoshop and you can see I've brought up my logo file. High contrast will work the best for making a brush. So a dark logo on a white background or a light logo on a dark background, the best way to start. This is a Photoshop file, so we're going to flatten it out to begin with. I find it easier to work with a flattened file for this particular project. Photoshop only allows you to make a brush up to 2500 pixels in the longest dimension, so we need to check the image size before we start. This one is 4800 pixels, so we're going to resize it, making sure our constrained proportions box is checked. And now we have the right size. Now to make the best, crispest, blackest logo, you really want a black and white image. I can make it from this, but it won't ever be fully black in the brush. It'll be kind of a gray, maybe 80 or 90% opacity, even if I set my brush at 100%. So to quickly take an image and make the colored areas black while leaving the background white, I'm going to open up the levels adjustment. I'm going to select my center slider and I'm going to move it to the right until my image turns black, the colored parts. If you go all the way to the right, you're going to get some jaggies in your image, and you want to avoid that if you can. So go just as far as you need to turn your colored areas black. Once that's done, go back up to the layer menu and flatten your image. And now we are ready to start. Go over and select your magic wand tool. You can either click on the black parts or the white parts. It's going to be faster for me to click on the background. I'm lazy and I like to do things the easy way, so we'll click on that. Then we'll hold down the Shift key and we'll click on the centers of each of the letters to make sure everything's done. Once you've got that all selected, if you've selected the background instead of your logo itself, go up to the Select menu and pick Inverse Selection. And now you can see it's just my logo. Go over to the Edit menu and choose Define Brush Preset. It'll bring up your brush, what your brush is going to look like in this little box. This is the size. It's 2183 pixels. And if you want to name it, you can. So we'll name this one Marie Leslie. You don't have to name it. In either case, though, choose OK. And now you have a brush. And this is what our brush is going to look like. We've got 100% opacity. It says Marie Leslie Media. And this is a black one. And I can do that at a lighter if I don't want it to be quite so prominent where I'm working. And I can also do it in, of course, any color that I choose. So it's that simple to make a brush in Photoshop. Now, if you have a logo that's more than one color, you can still make it from that. If you want it to be all black and white, like in the Marie Leslie one, you'll need to go through those steps to turn it black. If you leave it like this, it will get light and dark areas, and I will show you that real quickly. Let's go ahead and flatten this image. Check the image size. We're at 2267 pixels, so we're fine. Go ahead and select the magic wand again. I'm going to click on the background, then we're going to go and click on the centers of our letters. Go up to the Select menu and inverse the selection. Edit menu to define the brush preset. We'll call this one Believe. I can spell. There we go. And now we've got a brush. Let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to go over here, back to our brushes. Select the newest brush, will always be the last one in the row. And let's put that at 100% opacity. And there you can see I have dark red and light red. And that's because we had the different shades. So you can do it either way. If you like the way that looks, do it that way. You can actually make two different brushes, so you have the option. Once you've finished making your brushes, you do want to be sure and save them. So you go up into your brush menu, click on the arrow, and go down here to Save Brushes, It'll bring up a dialog. Don't save it as untitled. That's your default brush set, and you will overwrite it. So we're going to save this as Marie's logo, and we are all set. Now it saves everything in this window. If you don't want to save, say, all of your existing brushes, delete everything you don't want before you save. It will not delete those brushes, it only deletes them out of the window. And that is how you make a logo brush in Photoshop. Thanks for stopping by Marie Leslie Media today. Visit us on the web at marieleslie.com. If you have any questions or comments, leave them for me. And if there are any other tutorials you'd like to see, let me know, and I will be happy to get those made for you. Have a great day.